Hey everyone, I'm back. I am finally back after being out for 3 weeks. I'm here. I am here. Happy Tuesday night to everyone. Welcome to Miss Watley Presents Old School Tuesday Turned Up. And I am here. I'm so glad to be back and everything like that. But I am sorry, you guys. We started a little bit late. We had to get some things out the way. But guess what? We're here. And I know all you women are waiting for this special guy and everything. So without further ado, but wait, you ladies, please share. Please share this interview. Share it to all your little friends, everybody. Tell them come watch the interview. Please share it. So without further ado, please welcome the one, the only, the fine man himself, Mr. Howard Hewett. Hey, Mr. Howard.
What's up, Priscilla? How you doing, Priscilla? How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
good.
You
I'm doing
good?
real good.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you. I can
You
hear
look
you.
you look so pretty. See, I don't see you like this.
You don't. Thank you. I wanted to distract you tonight, so here I go.
Okay, I get it. I get it. So distraction accomplished.
Thank you. How you been?
Been really good. Just chilling. Like we say, the whole thing as far as the pandemic and taking the time that we really can't do any work. So you try and figure out different things to do. So I've been doing good. Been doing real good.
That's good. I'm pretty sure you watch Super Bowl like me, but I don't want to get into that and get Tall Boy started.
I know. That was like some crazy stuff, but it was probably among the one of the most uneventful Super Bowls I've ever seen. It just came and boom, it went. It was gone. It was all. So, but it's cool. I hope he retires now because it's like how many more Super Bowls can you win? Good gracious, you know. So,
Right. Exactly, because Tall Boy sit
but
there and kept texting me nonstop. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I get it. Cause say Tom is the greatest. No, good night. I'm done. Like, so listen. So this is how we're gonna do this. I didn't come up with your questions. Your Howard girls came up with your questions for tonight. So are you
you,
ready to hear their questions?
that can be dangerous, right? That can be really dangerous to let Howard's girls come up with the questions. We're in for some surprises, I believe, this time. So that's cool. I'm ready.
Okay, so do you have your phone with you? Because not only did they send me questions, they sent me pictures of you with them over the years. So it's also in the video along with your music videos and every video you had thought of. So I put the pictures in there with them, so you can see your fans and everything. So I did all that. So
So I have
yes,
to. Your
find me, look me up on Facebook right now. I'm Pricilla Watley, and I'm right there, and you can share it. Do you see me?
cool. Not yet. Hold on. Let's see. Priscilla Watley.
Yeah, that's me. But yes, your Howard girls, they send me over questions. Don't worry, these are some good questions. I handpicked them, picked out the good ones that were good for you and everything. So don't worry, you have nothing to worry about. Trust me, they're real good and simple.
No,
So they're not gonna.
I always when I first started doing interviews years ago, they always used to tell me, okay, you can't talk about this, you can't, don't talk about that, don't talk about that, and I would go into started doing interviews so uptight, so like, it's like, oh man, I better not say. After a while, I mean, the best interviews are the ones impromptu,
Mhm.
you know, questions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm ready. I can't find you though, but we should go
Okay.
on. We should go
All
on.
right. Here we go. First question. Boom. One of your Howard girls, Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye received backlash singing the devil's music. You grew up in the church singing gospel music. Did you receive any backlash from the church like they did for not becoming a gospel artist?
So singing the devil's music, you said?
Yes.
See, that's what Cause like that was fun. It's funny that you say that because my mom, a gospel, professional gospel promoter in the Akron, Cleveland, Canton area. So, she had she was number one in her for like 30 or 40 years or so. Eventually she was inducted into the Ohio Radio Hall of Fame. So like I remember when I first, because the Hewett singers were really popular, and especially in the Ohio area, up and down the East Coast, Midwest. Like when I decided that I was coming out of the gospel field and into, going to R&B situation, man, it was like these church folk, boy, they started talking all kind of mess, everything. And like, I can't believe Charlene let her boy go into sing that devil's music. That's what they used to say. That's why it's funny that you say that. But but then I remember after about 3-4 weeks or so of them, people talking stuff. I remember it was early Sunday morning and I was still laying in the bed and I turned the radio on, that was by my bed so I could listen to my mom's radio broadcast. And she's doing a radio broadcast and stuff. And she starts talking, and then she said, "Now I want to talk about all these people talking about my son, Howard, going into the army." And she said, "First of all, the biggest sin that my son could ever commit would be the sin of not using the gift that God gave him." And she said, "I know what his dad and I instilled in him. She said, I know the foundation that we instilled in him, and I know that he is not gonna abuse his whole situation." And I'm paraphrasing, and then she says, and furthermore, she said, I remember, furthermore, if I like it, you all should know, So that was like my green light, so to speak, to go and go into the R&B situation with no kind of, reservations or anything in my head about it, because it was I got the go ahead from my mom and my dad, so it was all good. I never had a real bad like type conflict about it, So I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that question came from Renee Jemison. So, Renee, what
Who
do you
was
think
it from?
about you this time? Renee Jemison.
Renee Jemison. What's up, Renee Jemison?
So that question was from her. So I made sure she had the very first question. So I told her, I got
Good.
you. I told her, don't worry. Okay, your next question. When you sing, is there someone special on your mind to draw out the emotion needed?
Well, it depends. It actually depends on on who I'm with or what the situation is. Everybody, you all know I was engaged for the last 6 years. So, of course, my thoughts would go to my fiance when I was singing. But a lot of times, it's people ask me, they say, are you the way songs portray the are you as romantic as your songs and stuff like that? And I always say, is when I write a song, is I look at what I'm looking at is basically, you know, uh, my experiences. You know what I'm saying? I observe other relationships and stuff, and some ways the way that I write are ways that I wish I was. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. Depends. I'm me. I'm me. I have a good time.
All right. Well, that question was from Sheila Lauren.
That was from Sheila Lauren.
Yeah, one of the Howard girls.
Girls
Yes.
in the house.
Okay. Next question. What was the most emotional song you ever had to write?
Hmm. I think the most emotional song I ever had to write was this tune called "Goodbye, Good Friend." You know, and I when I first wrote it, Ron Isley at the time he had just lost his first brother, and he came to me and he said, you know, I wanted to write a song about, you know, about about the fact that he had and the stuff and all that kind of stuff. So when I went away with the song, um, I I started bringing the feelings that I started bringing and started, uh, organizing and picturing in my mind was when my dad passed away, you know, and I don't think I had ever really, completely grieved the way that, the way that so it was a total situation to get it all out my system, if that's even possible. But the feelings and the emotions that I brought to my creative situation at the time was, how I felt when my dad passed away. So that was pretty emotional. That was the emotional song that and it turned out cool. And when I went back to let Ron hear it, Ron was like, he said, man, he said, you got to sing this song. He said, I can't sing this song. He said, you have to sing this song. So like, I recorded it on the I think it was the Forever and Ever album. And that was pretty much the most emotional song I've ever written.
Okay, that was from Ann Allen. A Howard girl.
Mm-hmm. And Alan, Howard
Listen,
girl.
listen. Before we go on, I'm reading the comments. Everyone keeps saying we're frozen, so I want everyone to do me a favor. If you guys can, I'm reading other comments saying people saying to go to YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, everyone. Old School Tuesday Turn Up is all one word. Go over there. Someone said it's a good feed over there. Go over there. Someone saying Tall Boy to go out and come back in. People were saying we're frozen. And so I'm just reading the comments at the same time that I'm listening to Howard. So I'm letting you guys
Mm-hmm.
know. Just go over to YouTube channel if you guys can. If we have to go out, we can. We come back in. But Tom Boy, do you see anything?
I'm watching right now on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook, and you're good here. So I don't. It did freeze up for a moment with Howard, but that's just due to just we're dealing with Wi-Fi. We're in 3 different cities, so I mean, there's nothing that we can really do about that. I mean,
Right.
it's called
Mm-hmm.
production. So just bear with us, shall we say? And if it gets too bad, I'm pretty sure all the ladies are gonna will let me know. And if we need to stop, I'm pretty sure we will stop. But I mean, right now I'm watching it on Facebook, and it looks okay. I did see the sync was off a little bit, but we'll go from there. If we keep
Uh,
getting problems, we'll stop and keep it moving.
okay, everyone, we're good. We're and a lot of people. Top boy, everyone just said we're good now, so we're not frozen, so we're good. So I want to thank all. It says Howard Hewett is watching, so he's on here watching too. But I want to thank
I'm
all these.
watching.
I want to thank everyone who just come in. I just seen Chuck Hunt. Another Howard, Carrie Adams is on here. My boss is on here, Terry McKinney, and my boss is on here. Don't yeah, she's on here. I just saw her. Valerie Barber is on here. So hello to everyone. Thank you for watching. But I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this interview. So another question. One person asked, "Do you have a ritual prior to performing other than prayer?"
No, I really don't. My son tries to get me to do vocals. You know what I'm saying? When he's out on the road with me and stuff, but I always tell him. I said, "Boy, I said my warm up is my first song. That's my first song." So, but no, not really. I just chilling. Other than chilling, there's no ritual. There's no, whoop whoop type thing. It's just get ready to go on there. It's very, I know you said, but it's very, very in the in my lead up to when I step out on stage and stuff. So, No, I don't. I'm special, specific, you know, ritual that I do.
All right, that question from Sheila also. So, another
Okay.
question is, what would you tell your younger self regarding the music industry?
Wow. I hate that question sometimes, you know, because it's like you know, you figure because the way that you know I look at there's not a whole lot. There's not I would change in my through my life and through my career. I mean, there's certain things, but not a lot, not a lot. So, um, I don't know. I think I would probably tell myself I can't say that I tell myself to have more fun because I had a ball, you know, and I still have a ball. I still have a lot of fun. I don't know if I to be a little bit more or whatever the time to really develop certain things and develop certain uh, business and business habits and stuff like that. Um, I might have told myself back when I not to chase so many women, but it's fun. So, you know, I think if I had all the time back that I took to, you know, sometimes chasing women, it would be I'd have a whole bunch of other time for other things. But I think that if anything, I would probably say that because you know I always like I used to tell my sons, my stepson as well as uh, uh, I used to always tell them I said you know it's if you think that variety varieties a lot of times, you know, and especially when it ships because you know relationship if it's just like when they print money, you know, when they print too much money, then the value of money goes down. So like if you have 2 minutes, then the value of that one, the special one, will not be as prominent to you as probably it should be. So I guess that would probably be the only thing I would think about, you know, as far as like, you know, telling my younger self something.
All right, that was another question from Sheila. She was sending her questions left and
Sheila.
right.
Sheila. Yeah.
I just seen a comment where Tracy Mathis sit there and said that Howard, you are the greatest of all time.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Tell her her check is in the mail at this time. So it's like, you know, no, but I really appreciate that. We have a good time, you know, when I'm on the FACC and life walks and the shut in mini concert series and stuff. We have a good time. We have a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of stuff and I appreciate you guys. Like I'd say, you guys keep me, pumped up also. So like we kind of help each other. That's a good thing.
Okay, yes, I enjoy the walks too. It gets
Yeah.
that you get to interact with all the other ladies.
Yeah,
So yes, so one. All
yeah.
right, another Howard Hewitt fan question. What do you think about female
Mhm.
artists making sexual explicit music like the song? What's say the song "Worship and Praise"?
What song is that? Worship and
WAP. Well,
praise. That's
I
a
just said WAP. I just use "Worship and Praise" instead of it's WAP. The Cardi B and Megan Thee
oh
Stallion. I just said "Worship and
oh wow.
Praise."
Yeah, Cardi B's like, what can I say? It's like um I'm not about censorship. You know what I'm saying? I think censorship can be a dangerous two-edged sword. Because if I sit around and I say, well, I don't think that they should do that. I don't think they should. Then what's to say that somebody later on can come and say, well, I don't think Howard should talk about God in his songs and all that kind of stuff. So censorship becomes a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think that it should be a personal responsibility as far as an artist is concerned. The responsibility as far as like what they talk about, how they present themselves, and the whole thing, you know. And a lot of times, unfortunately, the way that somebody presents themselves and the way that they're accepted in certain situations tells a lot about society at that time. You know what I'm saying? And we talk a lot about, you know, the kids now, how we you know, really want the kids to you know or whatever. I mean, you know, we had it within that. If that's the case, it has to be a whole lot more parenting done. You know what I mean? And you can't leave the raising of your kids to, you know, an artist like, you know, Cardi B. Cardi B is a grown, mature type of artist, not a type of artist that some young girls should really be following at this time. You know, I that's what I just believe. I mean, I don't believe that, you know, that is a great, you know, example. Her business situation, the way she's taken her thing and gone to whatever level she's gone to, I mean, it's that's admirable. But you know, some of the things, you know, a little bit, you know, but that's just my opinion. And like, you know, like I said, I can't see myself saying, oh, she shouldn't do. No, she should do whatever she feels.
Right. I agree with that. Like, parents shouldn't allow the artists, like, no, Cardi B's in her own lane. No, it starts from home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that song is like, it's not for everybody. I mean, it's good. Like, I like it. I mean, it's cool. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm of age, so I have the right to.
Yeah, you can do that.
Right. Some little 13, 14-year-old girl, like, no, go sit down. Like, no. So that question was from Renee Jemison.
Renee Jemison, what's up, baby?
And Colleen Jenkins just said, "Preach, Howard."
Preach. Yeah, you know. But I do have my things. But you know, like I said, I really do feel that as artists, as artistry goes, I mean, you should. There should be a personal responsibility.
Yes, definitely. So another question: what other skills do you have other than singing? If you couldn't sing, what would you be doing?
We can't talk about that on. We can't talk about that on here.
Okay.
We can't talk about that on here. So.
All right. Monica, not going to
No. I'm only playing. I don't know. I actually don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know what I would. I don't know what I would be doing. This is all I've ever done. You know, I sold women's shoes for about 7 months or so. You know, but I don't think I would be doing that. You know, I'm interested. Like, I like politics, but I don't think I could be a politician. Shoot, baby, I don't know. It's like, you know, this is all I've ever done. I've never done anything else. I went to the Air Force I was supposed to go there for 4 years, but I went for 10 months, 11 days, and 4 hours. So, you know, it was like, you know, that wasn't supposed to be what I was doing. And, you know, so this is what I've always done. This is what I've always done. This is me. You got me the way it's me, you know.
I mean, you said that with a straight face. You're like, we can't answer. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right.
I know. We can't talk about that.
Wait. Look into the camera. Wait a minute. Look into the camera again. No. Everyone take a picture real quick.
No, we can't talk about that right now.
You ever see that commercial with the guy with commercial, like, look this way and look back. Look this way and look back. You should like do that.
That's what you do. That's what you do when you put on glasses. You see where you want to see what you look like. You go like, so you see like. It's not too, the glare's not too bad. I can't see without these things. Like,
you're better without him. I like you. What you thought we had him to take his glasses off, y'all. Okay. Okay, I hope everyone. Wait a minute, do a picture. Like for a couple of seconds. Take a picture real quick. Let the ladies take a picture of you real quick. 5 seconds.
See, look at. I can see it. There's a delay on your thing. I was like,
he's like, always like, no. I hope everyone got a picture. So that's it. That's as much as she's gonna get. All right. That question was from Monica Beard. So Monica, congratulations. He answered your question.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yes. So another question: do you have any strange requests, must-have, like certain things in your dressing room?
Like only green M&Ms, bottled water, room temperature, dancing girls, all in a row. I was just seeing if you were listening to me.
I was. No, someone called you Inspector Howard just a while ago.
Inspector Howard. But no special. I have to have hot water because I bring my own tea and thing. I use throat coat, and so have hot water, honey, in the dressing room. No, I'm not a stickler for, only brown or green M&Ms or anything like that. In fact, I don't like a lot of candy anyway. Nah, not really. I mean, it's just I'm boring, actually.
You are not
I'm actually boring. Everybody says, yeah. Every time bug me when I would go into the studio and stuff, they would bug me about going to the studio. 9 times out of 10, I only had to take them one time. Because once I took them one time, they never wanted to really go back again because studio was such a boring situation, especially when, you're concentrating on something, because I might hit a line, I might have to hit a line, like, especially if it's a really concentrated song. There might be a line that I'm hitting. I might have to hit it like 30 or 40 times before I get it exactly the way I want it. So there's a lot of boring times as far as studio is concerned. And when I do my shows, I mean, when I go in, a lot of times I'll, like say if I'm coming on stage, just for the sake of times, if I'm coming at 8 o'clock and they ask me, well, what time you want to get here? I said, well, about 7:40, somewhere around there, because get there enough time to get changed, chill for about 5 minutes, hit the stage and get on, So I don't like a lot of lag time. I hate waiting. I really don't like waiting, All
right, cool. That was a question from Tanya Blazer.
Tanya Blazer, she came on the show the other day. Yes. I brought her on during the walk. Yeah, she's good people.
Yes, looking beautiful and everything. She had asked me, Pricilla, how can I get on? I'm like, I don't know, but I'll ask the Howard girls to see if you can make sure you get on the next day. And she came on. There you go.
Yeah, yes. That was good.
Yes. So another question: what is the hardest life lesson you've had to learn?
The hardest life lesson, I think. I think one of the things that I learned, and I always refer to what I call my Miami experience back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And where we had a little misunderstanding between me and the U.S. government. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I think the thing that I had to learn, one of the hardest things I had to learn at this time, and it's something that I took to heart, passed it on the whole thing as they were growing up, and is that you have to always, it's so important that you always know what's going on around you. You know, what's happening around you in your space, who's there for what, you know, and just and it's very, very, that's one of the most important things that you go along in life, you know, if that's a life lesson. I just, you know, I that was something that was so prominent to me. Experience, whereas you had to know, I always had to know who's in the room, who's happening, what's going on around me, what this person is there for, what that person's there for, and that whole situation. And it has been very, very advantageous to me after that throughout my life.
Okay, that was a question for Debbie Reynolds. Ula. Was it Ula? Ula.
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 Ula. Debbie Reynolds. Ula.
Ula. All right. Have you ever considered becoming an evangelist or motivational speaker?
An evangelist?
Mm-hmm.
No. Personal savior and you know and you know our salvation is free and the whole thing, and because I know I'm in heaven. I can get to heaven. But I know when I get to heaven and the Lord God and Christ meets me at the pearly gates or St. Peter's, whoever, he's going to say, "You made it, my son. Congratulations, you made it. Now here's a mop and a bucket. You got to go over and start cleaning up those mansions over there." You know, so so the evangelist thing, I don't know. I think that's, I never say never. I never say never about anything. But to me, that's like that's a calling. That's a calling. It's just like an inspirational album. When I recorded the Journey, the Journey album. It took a while for me to record it because I say that I was in my Jonah syndrome where, I was kind of running away from stuff at that point. But, when I did it, it was because I felt my spirit calling me to do that. And like that's a big difference between doing an album there about stuff and your groove on, getting your groove on, and for the money, and to make to make some money. An inspirational album for it's a calling, it's a calling as far as I'm. So like with the evangelist thing, I think the evangelist situation is the same thing as to be, I don't think to that at this.
All right, that's the question. I can hear you just in and out, but I can hear you though.
Okay, good. Tall boy, we good?
Yeah, it's your internet connection, but
I can't hear him.
there's nothing.
Tall boy, your mic is off.
No.
I can't hear him.
I got time. What'd you say?
Yeah.
What I was saying is it's his internet connection. There's nothing that we can do. It's just his internet connection. So we're doing the best that we can behind the scenes, but it's his internet connection. Pricilla and I are not freezing. It's just him where he's saying is connected.
Oh, I'm freezing. It's me.
But you're good. But you know what? But it's a good photo of you. People, I'm pretty sure, pictures and everything. So I'm pretty sure all the ladies did that. So You're good. Don't worry. Cool. And that was a question from Joyce per year. So she got her
per year.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday she asked you. I hope you answer her question. I was like, I'll make sure she answer your question. So, and hey, tall boy, someone just asked a pen about my Cash App. Listen, I'll tell you guys my Cash App at the end of it. Well, but you guys want to know is $ Miss Watley 87. There you go, all together. That's my Cash App, Monica. So next question: what's the weirdest funniest or borderline thing a fan has ever done?
The weirdest, funniest, borderline thing a fan has ever done? Man. It's everything's like crazy. Because when I perform, it's like, I'm so performance. I'm like focusing in on this or focusing in on that. But I remember one time, well, it's been a couple times, but there's one time at this place called East, Kimball's East, up in northern California, in Emeryville. It used to be in Emeryville, California, up north. And we used to have some legendary shows at Kimball's East. It was amazing. And I remember one time the way that Kimball's East was like, situated. It was like you had the stage, and then you have these steps that walk down, and then this middle aisle that goes up, and people on both sides of you, and I remember I was coming down, I was singing some song, I forgot which one it was, and I'm walking down up the aisle, and like I just like reached out and touched this lady, right? And then all of a sudden I heard boom, 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 right? She fell out. She was like, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like somebody come help this lady. Cause like, she just like fell out. That was crazy. That was funny. Well, it wasn't funny. Yeah, it was funny. It was kind of funny.
We get it. It's not funny, but it's funny. But it's not funny, but it's real funny.
But it's funny. But it was funny though. It was kind of funny.
That's a question from Yamini Nazim.
Yamini Nazim. I love that name. Yamini Nazim.
I know. I remember when you first brought her on, when you were live on your walk, and she came on screaming. I'm like, whoa.
And she was kind of happy. She was happy. That was beautiful lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has there ever been an event, person, opportunity that you missed and you wish there was a do-over?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, everything that I basically pretty much do it. I don't know. There's a time that I was supposed to go to where was it? Somewhere in South Africa. I forget where it was, and another gig, lined up already in place. I couldn't go do it. And because I always wanted to get to South Africa, I finally ended up getting there not this past Christmas before last. And, that was one thing. I missed it because I was already booked. And I wish I would have been able to do that show, earlier, because then it was like 5-6 years later before I actually got to South Africa. So, with that, yeah, I guess that might have been a kind of a thing I wanted to do, but didn't get a chance to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. A question from April Murphy.
April Murphy. I see all you guys on the wall.
I know, right? We just love Howard. I'm telling you. So, okay, next question. How has the pandemic affect you musically? Pandemic.
The pandemic, it's funny because people always ask me, they say when I've been doing a ton of interviews and stuff during this time. But some of the people ask, well, have you been writing? Have you written anything since this pandemic, since it set in? And my thing is like, hey, I write love songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm a romantic love song writer. And I get my inspiration, I think, from seeing, observing, feeling and touching, whatever. And there's, as far as during this pandemic, I haven't seen a whole lot of things to write about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, write about love and COVID-19 or anything like that. So like, I've been messing around a little bit, mainly working with my son. My son, Christopher, will send me some tracks of work. And when I went to Nashville week before last, we got a chance to spend time and did some work in the studio and stuff. But I'm working. There's been some things that I created. I put together before the pandemic, and so I got to sit back and. But not really writing songs, but creatively, I'm finally getting to the point where I'm gonna write my book, and that's something that I've always wanted to do, and I've always wanted to really get heavy, build up, the social media situation and all that. So I've had a chance to do that, and just peripherals, what I'm saying, as far as the music. We were about to shutdown situation. I remember my daughter saying, she said, well, didn't you say you were ready to take a break? You wanted to take a break? I'm like, yeah, but not like this. This is crazy,
Mhm.
So but just a lot of peripheral stuff, stuff that I've wanted to work on, and now I got a chance to work on it, and it's cool. But as far as song wise, musically wise, I haven't been real creative in that creative mode as far as that's concerned.
Okay, that's all right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's a question from Carrie Adams.
All right, Carrie.
And someone just sent me a question. See, I'm receiving questions through here while I'm sitting here talking to you. But
Uh-huh.
Dion Jones, I hope I said her name right, but I think I did. Asks, have you ever been starstruck as an artist?
Starstruck? Man, I'm uh, that especially in the beginning where there were some of the people that my idols as I was growing up, and I was a fan of, like Larry Graham from Graham Central, Sly and the Family Stone. I got a chance I met him. My band and I were Graham Central Station was playing Kent State, which Kent State's about 25-30 minutes away from Akron. But we were trying to drive there in a blizzard, in a snowstorm, middle of a snowstorm, trying to get to this thing. It took us almost 2 hours to get there. And we ended up, once we got there, me and my band back in Ohio, my band was called Life Band. And so once we got there, we finagled our way backstage, and we were up there talking, back there, watching it. We were like, oh my gosh, we like Wayne's World. Remember Wayne's World? We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Yeah.
And so we had that experience back then. And then fast forward to second time around, was out and had done and platinum single, platinum album, the whole thing, and then working on the next the next album and stuff. I got a chance to meet Larry Graham again, and this time, and he said, I admired things you're doing, whatever, and he said, well, come to the house, he and Tina, he said, Tina, make us, make dinner, so, I mean, I was like, oh man, Larry Graham, and went there. It was great. That was great. And you see your idols, Smokey Robinson, all those cats and stuff, and it's like you're not really starstruck, but you're appreciative of the places that praise the Lord, He allows you to be.
All right now. I'm starstruck too. You just being here. That's enough. But I'm good.
Are you starstruck?
I'll just play. I don't know so many interviews. No, but I am like inside. I'm a little starstruck. But hey, but I try to hide it. But okay, next question. Performing on Soul Train in Showtime at the Apollo during your career. What was the moment like for you? What experience did you take from being on those platforms?
Those, is that what you asked?
Mm-hmm.
But again with Soul Train, it was so like surreal. Fact that when I was in Ohio, before I left Ohio, just like every other Black family in the country, at noon, 12 noon Saturday, you'd be in front of your TV watching Soul Train. And so like I saw, I saw Jeffrey and Jody before I even knew who they were dancing off. And so then when I got to LA, here to LA, I started hanging out at this Mavericks flat, down in the Crenshaw district. And Mavericks was like, I mean, it was an amazing little place, because a little club on the weekends, it was a club. And then on the weekdays, upstairs were the offices and the work and the rehearsal rooms and stuff like that. And so, and plus they had a booking agency and stuff that all their bookings were overseas. And, and so on the weekend it was a club, on the weekdays, it was business upstairs. But all the Soul Train people used to come there on the weekends, and all the Soul Train dancers. And that's where I first met Jeffrey and Jody before Shalamar even existed. And I had helped put together a group called Beverly Hills. It was a show group from Mavericks, I put together at Mavericks. Whenever we had a show that we wanted to try out on a live audience, we would play at Mavericks. Jeffrey, that's where Jeffrey first heard me, sing. He first heard me perform there. And so when I came, but I was saying that to say, when I got out here, and like I said, I was at Mavericks flat, but I started dating my soon-to-be. She ended up being my wife and the mother of my two older daughters, But we started dating and stuff, and she used to work for Don Cornelius at the Soul Train Dance Studios, right? Mm-hmm. And so she would get me in before I was even with Shalamar and all that. I was still rehearsing with the group Beverly Hills, and she would get me into the tapings and stuff. She would dance on the show, but I was kind of sit and watch and look at the girls and the whole thing, right? And then I remember first time I met Don Cornelius. I was at the office at the Soul Train Dance Studios up on Santa Monica. It used to be on Santa Monica and Fairfax. And so like I was up there waiting on my lady, on Rainey, Big Rainey, we call her Big Rainey. I was waiting on Rainey to get off from work. And then Don Cornelius walks in, right? And I'm sitting there like, oh man, this is Don Soul, you know what I'm saying? And amazing. I mean, the whole thing, and that's when she introduced me to him there. And I he looked at me like, who is this sitting in my office? You know what I'm saying? And him a couple of times, after that too. I saw him a couple of times after that too. But then the next time I saw him, after about 6, 7, 8 months or so, next time I saw him was when I was with Shalamar getting ready to do, we had to perform second time around on Soul Train. And I remember standing there at the, I think it was towards backstage and stuff. And Don Cornelius came up to me and says, so you never told me you could sing, and when you're sitting in my office, waiting on, I said, well, you never asked me, you never asked. So, but we got to be really good friends. Don Canoes, he was a good guy. He was a good cat. A good cat.
Yes. I mean, it's funny because you said 12 o'clock because I remember being a kid. Well, I grew up in the 90s. So, I just told my age. But no, being in the 90s, Soul Train still came on at 12 o'clock. So I grew up more in the 90s artists. And then you'll see people like yourself come back and make an appearance. And then other artists from the past make an appearance. And then the 2000 came, I was still watching them by 05, like by 06, it cut off and went away. You're like, what is going on? So then Saturdays at nighttime, well, Kansas time, by 11 o'clock at night, here comes Showtime at the Apollo. So you'll see all the people want to sing, get booed off the stage, and it was funny. And you had a kids, and then you have your favorite artists that come on perform 2 times, and then Showtime Apollo went away. It's like we used to have all that, especially me growing up, and that would be something we'll look forward to. Like you can see your favorite artists on those platforms. Now you don't have that anymore.
You don't really have that anymore. I remember when I did Showtime at the Apollo. One of the Bill Cosby was the host. He was hosting them, right? And I'm standing out, in the wings, waiting to go out there, getting ready to announce, right? And Bill Cosby, he thought I was going out there as one of the contestants, right? And so he says, so you ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready. Don't let them get to you, man. Don't let them get to you. Go out there and just do your thing. Just do your thing and it'll be cool. I'm like, thank you, Mr. Cosby. Thank you, right? And then they said, ladies and gentlemen, Howard Hewett, and people were going, and I walked out and I'm mute. Okay. That was kind of funny. That was funny though. But that was the first time I ever did Showtime at the Apollo. That was a good Apollo, such a historic theater. Anyway, one of the landmark times I played the Apollo when I played the Palladium in London. Those were times that just really stood out in my mind.
I know we're up here playing while you're talking. We're also playing you at Showtime at the Apollo, playing 2 of your video.
I see it.
You went, yeah. So we have to watch. So everybody can sit there and watch. Look at you back in the day, hey, getting all black on.
I know.
Out there jamming.
Had the ponytail. Ain't no ponytail no more. Yeah, man.
Yes, and you play your Soul Train performance. Yes. Oh my God. In the crowd, can you I remember watching, and people, if you can't sing or perform anything, they'll boo you real quick, like, and the Sandman will come like, go. It's like, man.
But that was for the contestants, though. That was contestants. It was like, who is that? Is that Renee Jimin on there?
Yes. I told I have the pictures up going, yes. Okay,
right,
so
Renee,
that question,
Renee, pretty girl.
Yeah, I know she sent me quite a few pictures. So yeah, she's so down to earth. I love her. That's one of my big sis from Howard Girls. Yeah. So another question: some singers have come and gone, but you are still here. What keeps Howard Hewett performing? What keeps you going?
You guys, the audience, definitely, and and praising God, because I say that totally since, I always tell people, I say, this isn't my career. This is the Lord's career. This is God's career. So, but that's what keeps me going. I never got into this business wanting to just make a couple hit records and then I'm gone, make a bunch of money, then I'm gone. So it's always been the plan in my has always, the longevity, achieving longevity in this business. And with that, it takes, I think, a lot of connections as far as like, people that you gravitate to make sure that they're, you know, like-minded as far as certain things are concerned, and as far as the music and all that. And, is I thought those are ways that you would, longevity is, with the sincerity that you put into this business. Somebody told me a long time ago, if you respect the business will respect you. And I think that's very, very true.
I like that. I like that quote. I'm gonna use that quote.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. You can use it.
Yeah,
I use it. I use it too.
I know. I usually take any advice that any artist, when I do the interview, give me. I sit there and take what they said, and that's like the best quote I've ever heard. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that advice. I'm taking that.
Yeah. You respect it. You got to respect what you do, and it will respect you. It can't be a frivolous, haphazard type of situation. It's like, you have to be very, concise on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's real important, especially when you talk about being here, because like you said, I mean, I've seen a lot of people come and go, who's to say who did what? Because when you want to do, people say, well, can you give us some advice? What advice as far as how you're, what you should do as far as this and that? And there's no set rules. There's no set situation where I can take a pen and paper and say, okay, number one, you do this. Number two, you do that. Number three, you do that and this, and blah, 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 on down the line. Everything is different for everybody. And, but one thing that's the same is your sincerity about what you're doing, and that's paramount, very important.
Yes. It's so true, definitely. What about yourself are you most proud of?
My kids, about my being a dad. Being a dad is like being a father. Being a dad is so important to me. And my relationship with my kids are important to me. And that's one of the things that I enjoy most. You know what I mean? To see them grow up, from the very beginning. I mean, with my oldest daughter, especially, I mean, she was the first time I ever saw, a baby born. That would like freak me out. It's like, wow, but it immediately I got the whole situation of like, okay, this is what all this is about. This right here, this little bundle, this little, when she came out, she was bluish, gray, whatever. And then they put her in the incubator. She started getting rosy, and like, and I'm like, this is what it's all about. This is what this is all about. How to, raise this child. I mean, at the time when she was born, I mean, I had just got with the group. I just got with Shalamar, and still wasn't making any money yet, right? So like, it's like, okay, well, this is why I have to really be serious about what I'm doing and make money. And then when my second daughter came, when rainy days came, I mean, then it was just even more evident what this was all about. So I think the one thing that's one of the things I like most is being a father, being a dad.
I like that. The question from Jane Bass.
Janie, what's up?
Now, have you accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish?
Not at all. Not yet. Not yet. There's still a whole lot. I've done a lot. Thank God. I've done a lot and experienced a lot, and have really, been blessed in my field. thousands of times over, but there's still a whole lot that I want to do. There's still a whole lot that I want to accomplish. Like I said, the book, I want to do the book. I want to, you know, people are always asking me about acting and all that kind of stuff. So, I want to do more of that. Now it's like, to see what kind of roles I can get now. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a whole lot more than, the whole lot more at least. Um, watching my grandkids. I have two granddaughters, and youngest is 9, and my oldest granddaughter is like 21. So both from my oldest daughter. So 21 and then 9. It's like so. But I get a chance to watch them grow, watch them grow up, and but there's still a whole lot more I want to do, a whole lot more I want to accomplish.
Yes, because I remember seeing you in Moesha, because it's now on Netflix, and you was the limo driver.
Yeah.
They was in season 2. They was on the way to that concert, that big concert, and then Hakeem came up to you, was like, "Look, I'm gonna be gone when you come out, okay?" You was like, limo driver had the hat on, and let's not forget you was in my favorite movie I have on DVD, Babs, and what you call it came in there, Howard Hewett. And I always wondered, how did that happen? Because they just came in a restaurant, and she was like, "Sing for me, just sing for me." You're like, "Okay, I'll just sing for you," and then she was like.
I know. That was fun to do. Robert, and we had done, by that time we had done a bunch of stuff, like the Partners in Crime HBO series, Partners in Crime series and stuff, and he'd done a whole bunch of other stuff. I think Meteor Man or something like that. And I would always do all the 5 heartbeats, that whole all that kind of stuff. That was all my me doing that. And so when he called me, he said, "Man, you got to come down. I got a cameo spot for you in this movie I'm doing with Halle Berry and Natalie." And so I got down there, and he told me, he described, what the scene was. And he said, "You're going to be coming through the restaurant with your date on your arm, and then Natalie comes up and does her thing." So I said, "Well, who's going to be my date?" And so like he pointed at this girl that was sitting there. She's cutie pie, but I said, "You know what, the lady that I'm dating at the time," and she eventually became my wife. I said, "The lady that I'm dating doesn't live too far from here. She can come down, and she would be great, to have on my arm and be, have that." So the lady that you see in Baps that's walking behind me, that's my youngest daughter's mom, Angie. We married not long after that, and had my daughter, my youngest daughter, Anissa.
Yes, that's just a scene you just never gets. Oh, it never gets whatsoever. Because she was like, "Sing something." She's like, she just her whole head.
Yeah. She has a major loss. She was good people, Natalie.
Yes.
Very good people. God rest her soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the next chapter for Howard Hewett?
Next chapter for Howard Hewett. I don't know. We gotta get past this pandemic, and so we can start planning next chapters and stuff. I think it's basically gonna be. I don't think I can ever not go out on the road, because I love the road. I've been a performing artist since I was 10 years old, and I don't think I could ever not do that. Like I don't think I could ever. I can never stay in the studio forever, always, because when I do songs, when I do stuff, I'm interested in getting in there, putting my best foot forward, putting the creativity, putting the best product together that I can put together. But then what's exciting to me is the next phase, which is getting out there and performing it in front of people. Because you can have, you can have your songs, you put together a song, a single and stuff, it gets put out there as you got to wait and see, if they pay the right amount of money for radio to play it, because payola is alive and well in this business still today. And so put that together, and then wait and see how the audience gravitates towards it and stuff. But when you do personal appearances, when you're doing a show, like as soon as days, boom, that instant gratification, you feel that surge and that man, that just that adrenaline from your audience. And I don't care how many people it is. I mean, some of my best shows were shows that were low attendance, you know what I'm saying, where then maybe a snowstorm or something happened, and maybe 50 people showed up. But man, we had a ball. We had so much fun. And then, the large audiences also are great in the clubs. I love the intimacy of the clubs and stuff. And when we talk about attendance wise and all that, when I did Nashville and Virginia this last weekend, I think it was, they opened up with limited capacity. Like in Nashville, they only had, the capacity was only like 5 people or something like that, because they had to socially distance the table, keep the tables and stuff, and keep people, masked up, socially distance the whole thing away from the stage. But we had a ball. We had so much fun. And, at the Berkshire in Virginia, Debbie Ula was there.
That's what I was just about to say. She was there too.
Yeah, Debbie Ula, So but it doesn't matter about the size of the audience. It's just, if they come there to party and come there to have a good time, come there to listen. A lot of times, like a big percentage of my show is like just kind of flowing, actually, just things right off the top of my head when I go into certain songs. So, it's I love that.
Well,
I kind of went off on that question a little bit.
I don't mind. Hey, you Howard, you can say whatever. We don't mind. The ladies love to hear you talk. I don't mind. Hey,
that's funny.
Say I don't mind. That question was for me. So there.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So actually, your fan questions are now done. It's done.
Oh, the fan questions. Now we gotta see what you can do as a question, as an interviewer.
Trust me, I got a little trick up my sleeve. So wait a minute, ladies, we're not done yet. They're probably like, oh no, don't leave. No, we're not done just yet. This is where it becomes very easy questions. So here we go.
Okay.
You got 60 seconds, just 60 seconds to answer these questions. Mm-hmm. You can pass or you can answer.
60 seconds. Okay.
60. You got to think quick. You got to think real quick.
Well, 60 is not like quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're going to see. Favorite ice cream?
Favorite ice cream is butter pecan. Butter pecan. I love butter pecan ice cream. I'm not a big ice cream person, but butter pecan. When I eat ice cream, I like butter pecan ice cream.
You like butter pecan? Oh, I like that too. I'm more of cookies and cream.
All right. No, I've never really gotten into cookies and cream. Wait, Tallboy, what's up?
Tallboy keeps saying, you want me to keep going? Or you want me to start? All right. Favorite dish?
Favorite dish? Again, it's like, it used to be angel hair pasta and tomato and basil. But now it's more like, I don't really have a favorite dish. I just kind of like eat to fuel my body, to give me fuel so I can keep on going.
All right. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Tombstone. Remember that movie, Tombstone?
Favorite comedian?
You don't remember Tombstone? Favorite comedian? Oh, man. 2. Oh. Dion Cole.
Hold up. Time out. I got a clock up here, and the clock is going, and the people can see it, and she's supposed to be hitting you with rapid fire questions. So we're gonna start the 60 seconds over again because she fired off and I wasn't ready. So we're gonna start the clock back again. She gonna
You want us
ask
to start back
questions.
over?
I'm gonna start the clock. All right. So I'm gonna restart the clock, and you gotta fire off the questions as fast as you can. Rapid fire.
Oh, I can do that. We gonna start this over.
Okay,
we gonna give him
wait.
a
So
chance.
so it's not 60 seconds for each question. It's 60 seconds for
60
all.
seconds.
together.
Yeah.
It's like Family Feud. Yeah.
You got 20
Man,
seconds.
rap,
on the
y'all
clock,
got
baby.
some cash? Win some
No.
cash, Family
We
Feud.
gonna look. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it right, but we're gonna give you a
Okay.
chance. Remember, 60 seconds. So this is gonna go quick.
Okay.
Favorite.
Wait, no,
you ready,
no.
Top Boy?
No, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. Favorite ice cream.
Butter pecan.
Favorite dish.
Tomato and basil. Angel hair pasta, tomato and basil.
Favorite movie.
Tombstone.
Favorite comedian.
Dion Cole.
Favorite love song.
Ooh, distant lover.
Sunrise or sunset.
Both. Love them.
Chicken or ribs.
Chicken.
Superfly or Shaft.
Superfly. He's so cool.
Sugar grits with sugar or grits without salt.
Oh no, grits with sugar. That's cream of wheat. grits with salt and butter and cheese.
10 seconds.
No
no.
sugar.
Yes or no? Freestyle, my theme song using the words old school Tuesday turn up.
Okay. Old school Tuesday turn up. I gotta hear the track. You gotta.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play the track
you
for you.
ready? I got the track.
You got the track. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I thought about this when you said that. When we said that, but I didn't have nothing to like think. So this is the first time I'm hearing it since. Let's see. Okay, let's see.
Those are quick 10 questions.
I know, right? That was quick. That was good.
Can you hear it? I need to turn it up.
No, you gotta turn it up. Turn up. Tuesday, turn up.
We were jamming earlier, Howard, and not before we came on.
I know. I can't hear it now though. Come on, tall boy.
Everybody, jam at home. Get up and start jamming.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You got the beat. So there you go.
Oh, you keep cutting off. I can't do that. I can't work like this. Tall boy.
Was the beat too loud? So you got the beat. So she wanted you to hear the beat.
I got the
and
beat,
then you got to do it a cappella.
So you got to do it a cappella.
Yeah.
Freestyle.
So
you
you need to hear the beat again?
You got this, homie. Got this.
Or you need to hear the beat
Let
again?
me hear it one more time.
You got to hear the beat one more time.
Just one more time.
Everybody,
10
ready to
seconds.
jam.
I'm going to turn the beat down just a little bit because it may have hit you too hard.
No, perfect.
I know,
Everybody
and it
ready.
keeps cutting out. It keeps cutting out too.
All right, I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. There we go, right there.
Here we
go.
everyone jam again.
Wait 1 second. I'm just waiting for it to fire off.
I can't work like this. Man. I mean, this is just. Cut out. Jamming. Oh, we're jamming. jamming.
All right, so you got the beat, right? You got the beat. All right, there you go. You got the beat. There you go.
Okay, snap your finger.
3.
Jamming. Oh, we're jamming. School Tuesday turned up. Jamming, yes, we are. With Pricilla Watley. We're jamming. Oh, we're jamming. Yeah, yeah. Hey.
All right. Yes. Okay. Hey, we said acapella freestyle. So hey, yes.
Acapulco.
Perfect.
Jamming. Oh,
Yes,
jamming.
I love it. Love it. Everybody showing throwing up hearts. Yeah, ladies, they throwing up some hearts. They're going crazy. They loved it. They loved it. Yes.
I can't see it.
Yes. So, Howard, before we go, where can everyone find you these days?
We, of course, I'm on the Facebook fan page, Howard Hewett, Facebook.com/Howard Hewett fan page. On there every day, basically, in the Southern Mini Concert series. Also, Just a Vocalist is my Twitter situation. Just a Vocalist, JUSTAVOCALIST, Just a Vocalist. And then Instagram is Howard Hewett, all small letters, Howard_Hewett. Now, that's real important because there's a lot of perpetrators out there, especially on Instagram, because Instagram has not given me my official emblem situation yet. So, I don't have any jurisdiction as far as shutting people down, but just be real savvy when you're on there. If somebody comes on there talking about, hey, I'm Howard Hewett, can you send me $20? That's not me. Okay. So, so it's really important, but it's Howard_Hewett. We have the Howard Hewett YouTube channel now. And that's doing very well. Whenever you go on there, be sure and subscribe. That's what it's all about. And also we have our Howard Hewett, HowardHewettMusic.com. But that's a little limited. But there's certain things on there. We're still kind of developing that. So, but it's HowardHewettMusic.com.
All right now, yes.
And Hewett and Hewett is HEWETT, not ITT. I've been trying to get me to spell it ITT since kindergarten, but it's HEWETT.
I know the feeling. People mess up my name too. Can you believe that? It's Pricilla, PRICILLA, no S.
I call you Pricilla. Pricilla Watley. Pricilla Watley.
That's what he does call me. That's what he do call me. But I just love it. Oh my God.
So I understand I'm the first male guest on your show.
Yes,
what's that about?
It's not my fault. Listen, when I said it in interviews, that's not my fault. It happened like that. Tallboy, I'm making faces. It just happened. So I was like, but I gotta get Howard because not only this is a interview, but it's starting off the Valentine's Day, since Valentine's is on Sunday. So I make sure
it is. Oh God, it is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? So it just happened like that with all those non-females I interviewed. So I'm like, man, I gotta get Howard. And the next you came, so you went on and did it, and I thank you so much. And I also want to thank the Howard girls. Also, Miss Sybil was in here. Sybil's in here watching. Shout out to Sybil. Hey, lady. So she's watching. Yes. So I want to thank all of you guys and Tallboy too, sitting up here helping us and going through everything. Tallboy, would you like anything to say? Because you said a lot last Thursday.
You're on there talking a whole bunch of smack. Trying to stay out of the doghouse.
She don't want to play. I mean, we saw what happened on Sunday. We not gonna do that. So I don't want to make you mad, but it is what it is.
Oh, don't start that.
All right, so I got a question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What do you think of this live streaming and the access to the fans, or just the live streaming in general? What do you think of that?
I think that live streaming and everything is here to stay. Actually, even once everything opens up, by no means do I believe that it will ever replace personal appearances, live music. But as far as like, I believe one of the things that I will be trying to incorporate, in my schedule, even once everything opens up, is doing a virtual show once every 3 to 4 months or so, and because it is a situation, because like say if I come to, you're in Atlanta, right? Tall boy, you're in Atlanta. Say I come to Atlanta and do a show, I'm in Atlanta doing a show. That's it. And the amount of people that see that show will be determined by how big the venue is. Now, when you do a virtual show, just like when I go on the FACC and Life Walks and some of and the Southern Mini Concert Series, I mean, I get people in there from Italy, from Spain, from Amsterdam, from the UK, all over the place. So if you can figure out during this time, that's one of the things also during this pandemic that I'm like, really looking and researching, getting further into getting my little equipment and stuff together. My green screen, I told you I got a green screen, so probably put some more stuff on there. But get that to the point where it's perfected, so that during those times, those 3 to 4, like every 3 months, I would do a virtual show that would hit all over the world. Because if I just go to Atlanta play, I'm just playing in Atlanta. Virtual show is hitting all over the world. And so if you can figure out, what format to use, how to perfect it so that it's exciting to people, and also how to maximize getting to your audience, your core audience. I think that's an amazing thing. So I think that the virtual situation is here to stay. I don't think it'll ever replace personal appearances, by no means, though.
All right. Another question. Someone said, as I was reading the questions, they wanted to buy your book, but as far as merchandise, do you have merchandise that's available that people can get?
Mhm.
For all the ladies that just love some Howard Hewett and they want to see your baby picture on one of the T-shirts that I had posted up. I mean, you got merchandise or something like that?
The book. The book isn't written yet, so I'm working on the book now. So I should be, I should, I get, my assistant is always bugging me. You got to work on the book. You got to work on the book. But I'm like, I'm sometimes it's not procrastination. I just like to take my time. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I have CDs. You can find what I'm gonna put together. It's either gonna be on the howardhewitt.com music.com page, or probably be on the howardhewittmusic.com page. Put a merchandise page on there, and
Somebody said,
so
"What
you'll be
about the
able to
hats?"
get, huh?
Somebody said, "What about the hats?"
Oh, the hats. Oh yeah, my hat line is right here. It says you can visit Howard Hewitt fan page, Facebook at Howard Hewitt fan page, and get the information as far as the hats and stuff are concerned. The company that I'm doing the hats with out of Cleveland, which is really important because Cleveland's like my hometown. So it's called Mike the Hatter in Cleveland, and you can look that up. Mike the Hatter in Cleveland. You can look that up, and they have a link there to order the hat or contact them, and they can send you. There's 2 hats right now still, because what happened, they had to close during the uprisings, the Black Lives Matter uprisings and stuff, and some people rioted in Cleveland, and they're a couple of their stuff. So, so like now, but they're just now opening back up now, so you can pretty contact them, Mike the Hatter in Cleveland.
One of the ladies says, "We want a Howard Girls Fedora hat." Someone said, "Will you autograph a Howard Hewitt hat and the T-shirt?" They said Renee Jemison needs authorization for Howard Girls T-shirts.
Renee
Uh,
on one.
yeah, I'm working on Howard Girls T-shirts. Hurry up, Howard, with the book. I want an autograph book.
Yeah.
We want Howard merchandise. So clearly, you see that there's a need or a desire for this stuff.
There's a desire. There is a supply and demand. There's a demand. I have to put the supply together. There's a T-shirt that I really want to put together though for when I go back out on the road. That I'll sell when I go on the road. It'll be a picture. I'll figure out what photo I want to put on there. But the caption is gonna be I spent the night with Howard.
I think that'd be a sellout right there. I might have to get all the smalls and the mediums, and I'm not gonna forget about the larges, but you're gonna get all those sold out. Go ahead.
But wait, you did say that Pricilla Watley was going. I do get a T-shirt and a tank top and the hat, and I do get this myself, right?
Oh yeah. And that's like for a cost. I'll give you the 2% discount.
Oh, well, wait. Before we go, can you please give 2 shout outs too? My boss was in here because I'm gonna hide from her tomorrow. Can you give a shout out to Terry McKinney and to my hairstylist, Mary Davis? She just said hello.
Mary Davis, she did your hair?
Yeah, she did.
She did your hair? She did your hair?
Yeah, and then she did my hair.
Did it. Okay, who was it? What's her name again? What's her name?
Okay, and my boss Terry McKinney was in here. She's my head.
Terry
boss.
McKinney.
Yeah,
Terry McKinney, your hairdresser.
No, Terry McKinney is my boss, and Mary Davis is my hairdresser.
So Terry McKinney and Mary Davis, peace. How y'all doing? God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for taking care of my girl. Cool.
Thank you. And shout out to Monica. Thank you for Mo for doing my makeup. Totally appreciate it and everything. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Howard Girls, you guys have been going crazy all night.
I want to do
something to say.
I got one more question for you because I actually had 2, but I think this one is a little bit more important, I guess. One of the questions that came up earlier saying, why do you think Shalamar was more successful in London, or excuse me, in the UK or in international, as opposed to here in the United States?
I think it has a lot. One part of it has a lot to do with the size of the UK. I mean, if you really look at the UK and not minimizing their importance whatsoever, but the UK is about the size of California. You know what I'm saying? So there was a show in the UK that came on every Thursday, and if you were like successful on that show, the next day in the UK, you would see an influx of your album sales. So at the time, I had written a tune called "I Can Make You Feel Good," and it was screaming up the charts, #1 in the UK. And then they wanted us to come over and do Top of the Pops at that time. Well, at that time, we had been on the road for so long that and this was like the first opportunity I had to try and piece what little bit of my marriage, what little bit first marriage, you know what I'm saying? And Jody was pregnant with her first daughter, Lauren. And so we said, well, rather than none of us go over there, we said we're gonna send why don't we send Jeffrey over there, Jeffrey Daniel, and let him do like a dance situation to "I Can Make You Feel Good." So, they said, okay, we're going to do that. But by the time he got there, "I Can Make You Feel Good" had dropped from #1. It was #1 for a couple of weeks, but it dropped from #1 to #2. Everything on Top of the Pops that was performed had to be a #1 record. So they didn't allow him to do that, but they called him back. I forget, but they called him back for him to do a dance routine to "A Night to Remember." I think it was "A Night to Remember." When that boy started body popping and rocking and backsliding, Michael named it the moonwalk, but Jeffrey Jeffrey literally taught Michael how to do the moonwalk. I mean, not figuratively. He literally taught Michael how to do what we used to call the backslide. You know, when Michael learned it, he called it named it the moonwalk. But when Jeffrey went over there and went on top of the pops and like did his thing, man, those people went crazy. They went nuts. So the next day, that Friday, Shalamar record sales like went through the roof, and then it just started from there. Everything it has a lot to do with the music over there, but situation, I give all props to Jeff Daniels, and he did his thing, and he's the one that really visually introduced Shalamar to the UK, and and then we went on from there to like Friends and There It Is and I Can Make You Feel Good, and I mean we were the only we had Shalamar had like, you know, off of one album, something like 4 platinum singles off that one album, you know, off the Friends album, you know. So like, you know, but I give all, like I said, I give all props to Jeff as far as like, you know, initially introducing the UK to Shalamar.
And I guess my last question, and I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm not trying. But
I don't know nothing about this.
No, she don't even know I'm going.
Don't look at me.
So you've gone through, and I'm not saying it in a bad way, but you've had Mickey Free, you had Jeffrey Daniels, you had Delisa Davis, you had Jody Watley, you got Carolyn Griffey. Do you see, and I know that there's like that rift, but I mean, you are the one that's really been in the middle of it all, and you have relationships with them. Do you see that relationship ever mending now that it's been all those years away?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not one, you know, tall boy. I am not one I'm terrible at holding a grudge. I can't hold a grudge, you know, because I believe life is way too short for that. And I believe that, you know, you have to like, you know, if you keeping things in is not a good thing. It's not a really good thing. So I never say never as far as that's concerned. Jeffrey, myself, and Carolyn Griffey, we've carved out a serious niche out over there in the UK and in the EU and Asia, parts of Africa, and one that we worked hard for. You know, we work hard to build that back up to where it is. Here in the States, you know, it's difficult because some people, they just don't, they want to see the old situation. They want to, I remember when me and Mickey Free and Carolyn Griffey did Shane, what was it? I forget Detroit, and went out there and the theater in Detroit was like, you know, is holds about 3,000 people, somewhere around there. Sold the thing out. I came out, and you know, Mickey came out first, and Carolyn came out, and then I came out, and Shane Park, it was called Shane Park. I think it's called Aretha Franklin Theater now. They changed the name when she passed. But that theater is I love that theater, but the people are right there. You can come out and the people are like, I mean, the height, the height, if you would step off stage, maybe that's it. But the people are sitting right there. So I could tell when I came out, it was like, all right, you ain't got Jeffrey, you ain't got Jody, you know, so what you gonna do? And we went out there and we killed it dead. It was crazy. And by the time the end of the show, people were up on their feet. They were partying, they're having a good time. So, you know, I think that there's different aspects of Shalamar. You know, I believe like reunion situation could be serious, because when you talk about a reunion, you're talking about Gerald Brown, you're talking about Mumford, if he's still around, I'm not sure, but you're talking about, you know, Mickey Free, Delisa Davis, Carolyn Griffey, you're talking about Sid Justin, you know, but that would be to me. You're talking about Jody Watley and Jeffrey Daniel. So like to me, if you're gonna do it, it'd be that is do it to do it. And I got the perfect. I always say I have the perfect name of the tour, and the tour would be only tour, one time only tour. Y'all say you want to see this, get your money together. We coming to your city one time only. So get ready. So I'm not saying that we're doing that. Great name for the tour. And if we got on there and it was like crazy, went crazy, our saving grace would be, okay, second time around tour.
All right, I cheated. I said one last question, but do you have a positive relationship with Miss Watley?
Yeah, right here.
No.
I'm sorry.
With Pricilla?
No, with Jody. I'm talking about with Jody.
I don't know. I mean, when I see Jody, we're cool. We don't have a relationship. I think the thing that keeps me connected to just is the history, the musical history that we made together. That's what Jeffrey and I talk about all the time. We made musical history together, the three of us, me, Jeffrey, and Jody. And that's the thing that keeps me Cody. I don't have we're not bitter enemies. I don't think anyway. We're not bitter enemies, but we're not hanging out friends either. But I think that she's done very well for herself, and like I said, I believe that if this is right and the situation is right, everybody could just go out and have a good time.
Well, the question that I had leading up to that was, do you or can you make it happen to where you can get either Jeffrey Daniel, Mickey Free, or Jody Watley to come on the Miss Watley's Old School Tuesday tournament? Because that's a phone call away.
To come on what now?
To come on
this
show.
You're breaking up.
I said to come on this show
and
let Miss Watley
on the show.
Yeah, so let Miss Watley interview Miss Watley. I'm just saying. She didn't know I was. She didn't know I was gonna do that. I'm just
no.
Yeah.
But
well,
I don't
have.
You're the glue. And from my perspective and from the fans' perspective, based off of what you've said tonight, it seems like there's no anger or no hatred on your end. But I think once they see the video of this and they're seeing the production, they're seeing how loose and laid back this is, whether it's Jeffrey Daniel, Mickey Free, Carolyn, or Jody, why not bring that here to where we can start have some of that healing to where we can have that one night or that what would you call the show?
One time only.
A night to remember, one time only reunion.
So we could start it here with the live streaming interviews, and then you can get the promoters to jump on that. And next thing you know, you got the interviews. Now it leads up to the show, and it makes sense. Pandemic ends. There it is.
If I had that even connection as far as business wise is concerned, I wouldn't have any problem putting it together. I can put together Mickey. Probably Jeffrey. Jeffrey lives over in Africa, though. Jeffrey lives in Nigeria now. Carolyn Griffey, that together. Can't say that I could. I promise that I could put Jody together because Jody is in Jodyland.
I don't know. I never met her.
So but like I don't have that connection as far as that's concerned. I could bring the other entities in play, but I don't know about that one.
But we gonna pray that one into existence. But all I'm saying,
there you go.
I think that with 2021 coming, that is here, and after what we just witnessed and just seeing people just drop dead, and it didn't matter whether it was race, color, size, weight, or anything. I just think that the fans,
Yeah.
if Jody's watching and you're out here on this show, and Pricilla reaches out to her, why not come on to this show? Let Miss Watley interview Miss Watley, and let's have this one night only tour. And then if it does well, then you can have your second one. But I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, no, this has never been asked.
Everybody,
but you
everybody always asks me that. That's a standard question. Will there ever be a Shalamar reunion? My standard answer, say never. Subject to coming into fruition if it's so that's but I could, like I said, I think that it would be an amazing show. I think it would be.
I'm over there looking at the comments. Everybody's like, "That's amazing!" Like Miss Watley's right there. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm right here."
Well, all I'm saying is, for the ones that's watching this show, if you watch the replay, y'all need to tag Jody Watley on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it may be. Tag her to this interview. Tag her to this timestamp of where we're asking the question, and then Pricilla has nothing to do with this. She just wants to do the interview.
Put that out there.
She just wants to do the interview. But I'm just saying, I mean, we can make the production right, and then all of a sudden, let's get Jeffrey. Can you get Jeffrey? Can you get Mickey? Can we make that happen? And then now we can start to say we got the whole group, and Pricilla was able to bring it all together, and you never know where it might lead to.
You never know. Like I said, Jeff over in trying to get next to him is like kind of crazy until we get over to England and stuff. But hey, man, I'll put it out there. See what's up. See what's happening.
I definitely want to say this before I could jump off the screen. Rest in peace to Miss Mary Wilson.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we lost a true giant.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you've been around people that they were here today, and they're gone tomorrow. And my thing is, I just think the fans just appreciate the works that she did. They appreciate the work that you do, and they appreciate the work that Pricilla is building up on her show. So it's just one of those things where
very good.
I just want to just say, rest in peace to Mary Wilson. And for the ones who do not know, Pricilla did reach out to Miss Wilson, I think a few months back, and we were trying to get her on this show, but unfortunately, due to things that were beyond our control, we had to push back. And then unfortunately, we just found out the news today. But Pricilla did reach out to Miss Wilson, and all she ever wanted to do was just highlight you as an artist and just say, we appreciate you. So whatever artist is watching, if Pricilla reaches out to you, she's doing this because she believes in you. She believes in your music. She believes in, what you stand for. And all she wants to do is give you your flowers. So trust me, brother, when I first met her, all she kept saying was Howard, 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 Howard. So you're finally here. So maybe she won't be saying Howard no more. She can cross you off her bucket list. So you're the first male for Feb. She said she wakes me up at 2:00 in the morning and says, "Tall boy, I got an idea. February is Valentine's Day. For all the ladies, we can get an all-male review. And I want my first guest to be Howard Hewett." And here we are. She spoke it into existence.
There we are.
So
Spoken into existence. That's what it is. I appreciate it too. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun interview. You're doing well, Pricilla. I'm really proud of you. And
thank you.
We get it is kind of crazy. People who are dropping here left and right, man. It's like, it's crazy. I did have the opportunity to see Mary, a couple times, this was, and it's like it's just crazy. It's really crazy. It makes appreciate life, makes you appreciate your loved ones, and I think that these are times that we need to really be conscientious about, being conscientious about our fellow man, our fellow United States, fellow men around the world. So
yes, definitely. Most definitely. Well, I want to thank you, Howard. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for
Thank
coming on and
you.
allowing me to interview you. And I totally appreciate it. I know the Howard girls going crazy. They saw their pictures, the videos, everything. And I want to thank you. Thank the Howard girls for coming, give me your questions. I really appreciate your pictures. And I really thank everyone. Top Boy, thank you for you and the production that you do and the questions you just had to ask because I didn't know anything about it. So I'm letting you know I knew nothing about it. So thank you. And thank you, Howard, for singing my theme song, too. So I totally appreciate it. You were the
Yeah,
first one, too.
see there?
You are the first one. So
Good.
So yes, everyone, I will be back.
Cool.
Everyone, I'll be back next Tuesday with my first male old school hip hop, rapper, Chubb Rock. I'll catch you all here next Tuesday on the 16th, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. So listen, everyone, happy Valentine's Day. Howard, before we go, you want to wish all the ladies happy Valentine's Day?
Happy Valentine's Day, all you ladies, Howard's girls, and all the ladies out there. Happy Valentine's. And I hope that you're spending with someone that you love and makes you feel special, makes you feel right. That's what it's all about. So happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
All right, now. All right, you guys, have a good week. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you guys back here. Actually, Sunday, so Chubb Rock will be here to do his test run and his interviews next Tuesday. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye-bye.